Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to Samatsa on Bass. Today we have something a little bit out of the ordinary. Do you ever find yourself when you're playing on stage tripping over one of these continuously like I do? Happens to the best of us, right? So today we're talking about the XVIVE guitar wireless system, which is a 2.4 gigahertz system with two of these little modules, a transmitter and a receiver, and they're marked transmitter and receiver. You plug the receiver into your amp, the transmitter into your bass, turn it on. The blue light flashes to tell you what channel it's on, so you got to make sure that they're matched, and then you can move this around to suit your bass for a good fit, just like that. So it's not in a position there where it's going to bother you at all. It's actually pretty unobtrusive, and the claimed frequency response is 20 Hz to 20 kilohertz, so there's no problem there with frequency response at all. Now, that obviously saves you a lot of trouble because it's not a big bulky unit where you have to find a power point. These come in that box with a USB cable, so you can charge the units. They will last up to 5 hours on a charge. You can go 70 feet, which is just over 20 meters. I can't really show you that right now, but I've tried it out and it does work quite a good range. I think I got almost 20 meters before I ran out of room, so it's quite good. The sound is you can't really tell the difference. There's no real latency that you can hear. Obviously there is a little bit of latency, but it's so small it's not really audible, so you can play quite comfortably while you're moving around the stage, which is great. Let's have a quick listen. So the performance of the unit seems quite good, and they are sub $200, so you really can't go wrong. They will both just fit in your gig bag, easy to transport, no need for power, no need for any extra cables or anything like that. So it's very, very convenient if it works. And what I mean by if it works is that there's a slight problem. The manufacturer claims this will work with all passive basses and most active basses, and with this EMG equipped jazz bass it's just fine. No problem at all there. There's no noise at all. On the Fender 5-string, which is now also equipped with an EMG system with bass treble and sweepable mids, no problem at all. Now on my Alembic Orion you can hear that whine, right? It's quite prominent, and then it'll stop somewhere here. Now I don't know why that is, because obviously if I turn the volume off it stops, so the electronics in the bass is picking up that frequency this is transmitting. And I know that the Alembics are very well shielded with conductive silver paint, which is quite expensive and works very, very well. So I don't know why that is, but what I recommend is, because that will be unusable like that, so what I recommend is that if you're going to use this on an active bass, or any bass for that matter, grab your bass, go down to your local store, plug it in and check it out, and make sure that it works for you before purchasing. Now, that's not bad considering it's such a convenient product, and if it works for you, that's even better, because that means you could use it. This will work for me on most basses, but as we can see, not all. Now I can still hear a slight hint of it with this bass, but it's not all that bad for home, for if I'm just playing through an amp. So it's still there very slightly, and the problem with that is if you're lining that bass out through the amp or through a DI to the front of house in a bigger room, that also gets amplified, so you end up with, in the quiet passages, a very pronounced noise out the front, which you don't want. So again, this is one of those try before you buy, and if it works for you, that's fantastic, and if it doesn't, then you will probably need to use something like a pedal unit with the or a rack unit with a belt pack. And I've got a feeling if you put an extension cable on this and put it around your back pocket, it won't be a problem, but in this format it can be a problem. So there's it's quite a nice product. I still like it a lot, and I will still use it. It's just worth knowing that it doesn't work with all active basses, so check it out first. One thing about this channel is I'm not supported in any way or influenced in any way by any company, so everything that I've reviewed here is something that I personally use. It's my personal opinion on that product, an honest opinion, and that's what we're all about. So again, a very good product, but try before you buy. Once again, thank you ever so much for spending this time for me and watching this video. Keep making music, keep playing bass, keep having lots of fun, and I'll see you at the next one.